The first time I ever saw a robot vacuum, I thought, we have finally made it. We're finally gonna be living like the Jetsons. We're gonna have robots doing everything for us around our house. And that was like 10 years ago, and that's not the case. But then I saw this robot vacuum, and immediately I knew I had to review it. This is the Switchbot S10, and most of my reviews focus on the robot, then we'll talk about the base, and then we'll talk about the app. And this one, we're gonna start off by talking about the base because I think this is incredible. This S10 actually has two bases. One is the main base, where it, like a bunch of other vacuums on the market, will use it to empty the dustbin of the vacuum itself into a bag. But it also has a second base. And this is the autofill and drain water station. But what this robot vacuum is doing is that it will stay at its main base for charging, the one that has the vacuum, and then anytime it's gonna do mopping, it will go to this water station and it will get its clean water, it'll clean its mop, and it'll also expel the dirty water. So you no longer have to remember to keep these tanks full or anything like that. When I first got a mopping robot vacuum, yes, it was incredible. And I was on top of the tanks all the time. And there have been a few times where I don't empty the dirty water so that it can't mop. And there have been some times where I forget to fill up the clean water and then it just vacuums instead of mops. It's not a huge deal, but the convenience of making sure that it automatically does this is just incredible. We're just going to that next level. And I haven't even gotten to the coolest part yet. One of the reasons that I really like the fact that it drains its own dirty water is that sometimes, especially I think for dog owners, that dirty water is very dirty and it smells. And let's say you let it sit for a day, maybe two, or forget, it can smell horrific. Just take my word for it. You don't want to experience that. It is gross. So I love the fact that this base just takes the dirty water, expels it right into the drain, and then you're done. And thankfully, all the little bits and parts are included for you, so you hook it up to a water supply, and it also has multiple drain options. So I use the P-trap option. It's got one that you can actually hook this thing into your kitchen sink. If you have a dishwasher hooked up, it can splice in there, and it has another option as well. The app makes it super easy to set up. This thing has quick mapping like most robot vacuums these days, and it's gonna know where its base is because that's where it's left, and then you tell it where the water station is, and then it'll go there and make sure that it's set on the map properly. And then the rest is really history. You just set up your schedules of when you want it to clean, when you want it to mop. It's got that roller mop, which is definitely new on the market these days, which means that it can actually clean up spills and is scrubbing the floor much better than those kind of spinning disc mops or those vibrating pads. I think it does a way better job mopping. I just love that Switchbot is pushing the envelope here, thinking outside of the box. This water station is designed to be low profile enough that it could fit under a toe kick. I'm using it under a floating vanity here just because I think it's way better than having it in the kitchen. But if you didn't mind, you can just put it under a toe kick under your kitchen sink or in a laundry room tucked away or something like that. It also allows for the regular base. It's much smaller than the other ones you're gonna find on the market because most bases these days are having to have the vacuum in it with the bag, and they're having to have clean water and dirty water, so they're getting larger and larger. This one is nice and small and sleek, and it just has the bag in it, and it also dries the mop. So it's really small, so you can tuck it in a lot of different places, and then you can just have that water station stashed in a bathroom or in your kitchen or in the laundry room. One other thing I'm gonna point out here, I'm just trying to be honest with you, is that I didn't hook up my P-trap, but that's intentional because I wanted you to be able to see the water draining. And if I hooked the P-trap up, I would try to be looking down the drain, and I don't think the video would have come out very well. So I kept it uninstalled so that we could just have it sitting in the sink and you could see the dirty water just kind of pouring out of it, collecting in the sink, so you could see how dirty the water was. Now let's get to my favorite part here. And this is the part that really just made me think like, man, this is the next evolution of robotics in the home. And Switchbot is coming out with a humidifier and a dehumidifier. And the S10 will either provide the water to the humidifier or empty the water out of the dehumidifier. I live in Southeast Louisiana. It is incredibly humid here pretty much year round. In the shoulder season, where my AC isn't running that much, it gets very humid and I have a dehumidifier in my home. Now the drawback to the dehumidifier is that it needs to be more central in the house. It does have an option to hook it up to a drain, but centrally located in my house, there is not a drain. So the dehumidifier ends up filling up. I'll inevitably forget to empty it, and then it won't run for a few days. Then I'll take it out and I'll empty it. I am so excited that Switchbot's gonna come out with a dehumidifier that I can just sit there, and when it gets full, the S10 will come out, it'll hook up to it, it'll drain the water out of the dehumidifier, it'll then go to its water base, and it'll empty that water into the drain for me. That I am incredibly excited for. If you live in an area that's very dry and you want the humidifier option, they have that as well, where it's gonna take the water from the water station and put it into the humidifier. Something to note on that is that the cleaning station can take cleaner in it. So that's what I'm using. So it's mixing the water and the cleaner so that it's cleaning your floor with that. If you opt for the humidifier, then you can't use the cleaner in that water station because it doesn't want to mix the cleaner into the water that's then going to go into the humidifier. So that's something to note. But the dehumidifier, you should be totally safe. We're a few minutes in here and we haven't even touched on the highlights of the S10 itself. It has 4 different suction levels. It's got 2 levels of mopping. I mentioned that it has quick mapping, which is so great. It'll just quickly map your home. You can divide the rooms up, combine rooms, create schedules. You can say in this room, we want you to mop and vacuum. In this room, we just want you to vacuum. Also, one of the things I really like is that on some other robot vacuums, if you just want to vacuum rooms, you'll select them in the app and you hit start, and then the robot will decide which order to do it. On this one, you just get to decide whichever room you tap first gets a little 1 next to it, and then the next room gets a 2, and so you get to decide the order in which that the robot vacuum is gonna go vacuum and mop these rooms. That's a really small touch, but well thought out. I really think that's the overarching engineering here of this robot vacuum and all the systems, is that it's well thought out, even down to the exhaust air on the robot vacuum itself. If you'll notice, the little grids are slightly angled up so that as it's vacuuming, the air coming out is going slightly upward. And to most people, you probably wouldn't even notice that or care about that. But I had a very old robot vacuum 10 years ago. It was called Nito. I think they're out of business. They don't even exist anymore. And one of the things I noticed about it is that the exhaust air came straight out the back. We have dogs. There's hair all over the place. And depending on how this thing would turn, it could push some hair into a path that it had already vacuumed, and it would never vacuum it up. And I always thought to myself, why don't they just expel the air upwards? That way they're not disturbing anything on the floor, so it's getting everything clean on the floor. I never even verbalized that before, but I just noticed on this S10 that it's slightly angled upwards, and I was just like, what great engineering that they have. That carries forward into access for the roller mop. It's very easy to get to. There's just a little door on the side. It has a latch that you unlatch, you slide it up, and you can pull that roller mop right off, get it clean, put it back on, whatever you want to do. It is actively cleaning the roller mop as it's vacuuming, and then when it goes to that water station, it's going to clean it there as well to get it even more clean than just actively doing it. Its maximum suction setting is 6,500 pascals, which is not going to be the highest on the market, but as it's been cleaning around my home, I kind of say this in all my videos. This isn't Vacuum Wars. This isn't the hookup. I'm not putting down like 246 grains of sand into a carpet and having it go over it and then counting them. I have a very dirty house. I have 2 dogs. I've had robot vacuums for 10 years and I will run one, and if it does a good job cleaning, I will say so. I know I'm not giving you that direct comparison, but I can say running it in my home with 2 dogs, it picks up all the hair, it keeps the floor clean and mopped, and it looks great. I will caution you that over the last 10 years, I've really been trained on how to set up my house for robot vacuums. So we're coming to the point where we may not have the best setup for testing, does this robot have the best obstacle avoidance? Because generally speaking, we've had wires tucked away, we've had toys tucked away, we generally pick everything up before we run vacuums because that's the way that we were trained, that's what we're used to. So make sure you watch tons of different reviews from other people as well to get a full picture of what you think this robot vacuum looks like. But for me and my experience, I think it does a great job. On the carpets, it's gonna automatically kick up that suction level. That's kind of to be expected these days. Most robot vacuums do that. You can toggle it on and off in the app if you want to. This shouldn't be a huge deal to most people out there, and my furniture is nice and high, but I did want to note that this robot vacuum does seem to be slightly taller than others that I've seen and that we've had in our home. It hasn't inhibited it in any way, but if you have like really low furniture, I just want you to pay attention to that. I'm also gonna put the height of that water station so that you could measure and see, hey, is this actually gonna fit under a toe kick, so that you'll know if you can actually install this on your cabinets or if you need to move it to a different area. I should have mentioned this earlier, but they do also have a tank kit for this system. So if you cannot get it to a water hookup or a drain hookup, you can just use the tanks, which is more standard these days. But it would be nice because you could put the tanks somewhere else in your home as opposed to right where the base is. So you could leave them like closer to a sink. Because I've tested robot vacuums in a commercial building before, and the robot vacuum will be very far from a drain or from water. And so I'm carrying those tanks a very long distance. So it would be nice to be able to have the base that charges it and vacuums it in one area, and then you can put your water station closer to an area that has a sink if you're manually using the tanks to fill and empty them. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you're in the market for a robot vacuum, definitely check out the S10. It's so interesting and it's just pushing that envelope further and further, which I absolutely love. Stick around because when I get this dehumidifier, I'm gonna be doing more videos. Most of them are short form look backs at the 6-month or 1-year mark, letting you know how the vacuums have held up. Thank you so much for taking the time to actually stop by and watch this video. It is greatly appreciated. As always, don't forget to thumbs me up, and we will see you next time.